just finished OTS champs in Edinburgh, and we've got a first place deck list for you. Who are you?
My name is Nolan, and I play dragons.
Cool. Let's get into the deck list.
Yep. So play 3 Seyfert, one of each of the Chaos Dragons, plus Levianeer and Armageddon. These cards are all really good. Seyfert's really good to mill, especially against a Shizu, because you can force out all the Bystials and their shufflers early on in your turn, so you can stick your own and then try to push through their board. For Bystials, I play 3 Lubellion, 3 Magnamut, and then 2 each of Serenir and Druisworm. Some people play 3 Druisworm, 1 Serenir, but I like to open at least 2 different names, and that increases the odds of that. Plus, if you get Serenir milled out of your deck, you can send Lubellion, and that's more stuff that you can do at the start of your turn when you get milled out by a Shizu. For Rocket Engine, it's pretty minimal. 2 Tracer, 1 Recharger, 1 Synchron. Synchron doesn't really have much purpose anymore with Hulk Band and Chaos Ruler Band, but it's a good thing you can search for follow-up, and just something else you can summon off of Tracer if you use it.
Yeah, why Tracer at 2?
It's very easily accessible, and you never really want to draw it because it's either going to conflict with your normal summon.
Okay, cool.
You'd rather have it just in the deck.
All right.
To summon with quick launch.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Whatnot. I played 2 Absolrouter.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously a good card to mill off of the Shizu cards, and it synergizes really well with any other rocket monster with Chaos Base, with Seyfert. It's just more card advantage.
Yeah.
Big gas to push through.
Cool.
And then 1 Nocto, so that you can do the play with Seyfert. You send Abs for cost. You get to search Nocto, which is extender plus a draw, and then you get to search off of Abs, which is like insane advantage.
Just a question, like I know it's pretty standard for Dragon Link, but why, if you want to see it, why do you play just 1 Nocto?
You don't really want to see more than 1 ever, because it's a dead card, and it is not the best extender because it requires you to already be able to summon something.
Okay, cool. All good.
And that's it for the monsters. For spells, play 2 field spells. Didn't draw them today, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, it's not always the worst if you see them. Like Boot Sector's
they
fine.
Do actually do something. They're not completely useless. Yeah. 3 quick launch. E-Telly.
Yeah. Crazy.
3 Chaos Base. This card's super good. You can search the Lubellion with this now, which basically just sets up an insane number of interruptions, especially against tier. You can guarantee you have like a pop, a send, and a banish, plus the entire rest of your board that you build off of the rest of your deck.
Yeah.
I play 1 Regained. This card's crazy. It's Chaos Base number 2 on every turn. It's a reborn every turn. You can summon back Magnamut, search any dragon. It's just absolutely crazy card.
Yeah.
And then 1 Beast.
Yep. Just to explain, how'd you get the Beast out?
So normal combo, you use Lubellion to search like Magnamut. You summon the Bystial, tribute it, summon Lubellion, and then that places this from the deck.
Yeah, cool.
It's really good going second. You can sort of force things out, start popping your cards. You can dodge things like Sulik with it because you can tribute any dragon, not just a Bystial.
Yeah.
It's quite strong.
Cool.
And for the tech cards, I suppose, 3 Impermanents. Good against Rogue. I expected a lot of Rogue and played 5 rounds of Rogue pretty much, so definitely pretty happy with that choice.
Yeah.
And even against a Shizu, I think if you Imperm on the Kit Kalos, it just cuts off so much of the deck's power.
Yeah, exactly. It stops them getting to like crime and stuff like that, guaranteed, yeah.
Then I played 2 Trouble Tactics, just 2. You don't want to draw it in multiples, obviously, and it's not necessarily the best card to mill with Wallow in the format.
Yeah.
I was on 3, but I cut it for 1 Cosmic Cyclone.
Yep.
There's a lot of random floodgates that people will play, like Necker Valley and Zombie World, that this deck can struggle with, so I wanted to have at least 1 out in the main deck for it.
Yeah, I think like most decks will have going second into a board, there's loads of stuff you can hit. Even going first as well.
Even going first, it outs Pearl Reno,
yeah,
which makes it much easier to stop tier. When they're going second, you can out the Flunder Trap going second, you can out the Field Spell going first, you can out Sulik against tier going second, so just a solid card.
Cool, brilliant. Do you want to go extra deck?
So extra deck, mostly standard Dragon League stuff. 1 Striker Dragon, bring this back to 3. 1 Pisty, the lone survivor of the ban list for the Guard Dragons. 1 Romulus, 1 Seal. Only felt like I needed 1.
Yeah.
More than that is not really necessary. It used to come up where you would get nibbed, you would summon something else and like make a second one. But
Yeah.
if you ever need to make a second one in like a grindy game, you can just put it back with branded regained or space.
True. And
Nice.
I don't feel as if like nibs as big a deal at the moment as well.
No, I think it's pretty much out of the format as long as Volcalos exists.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Play Quad Boral and Delindrus. That's part of the combo to make Borland. This gives you just 2 extra material towards that.
Okay.
And Quad Boral, kind of a crazy card. If they end on like a Spright Elf, it just gives you a instant Link 4.
Yeah.
You can help you close out the game pretty well. And then the most powerful Link 2 ever printed, Dark.
Yeah.
Stealing Magma just feels so insane in this deck.
Yeah. Not Druid Swarm though. Yeah.
It's a mistake you make once.
Yeah.
Then I play Unicorn. No IP to go into this, just as a way to clear random stuff that can't be destroyed or you don't want to let hit the graveyard like the Druid Worm.
Yeah.
Access code closes out games. This is usually what you want to make going second against like random rogue stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Just on the access code, because you play a lot of darks, it's not often you get more than 1 pop, do you? So.
Yes. You can sometimes go through Romulus.
Yeah.
If you don't need to like get material with dark.
Mm-hmm. Normally you're going through Unicorn first, so you get
Unicorn,
clear with that.
Access code pop something.
Yeah.
That's got to be enough.
Cool.
Play Triple Burst. That just lets you set up the arrows for Pisty when you're locked into dragons.
Yeah.
And you don't have enough material to set up Quad Boral, or you've already used Striker Dragon to get the arrows underneath like a Dark or a Romulus.
Yeah.
And then the big man, Borland.
Yeah, crazy card. Yeah.
Insane. Tier basically can't out it unless they like set up Solic or open Super Poly.
Yep. Or talents, I guess, but
yeah, it's super crazy. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword. It opens you up to Super Poly, obviously, if you make it, and if it does get outed and they dark it back, it's kind of difficult to out. You have to like make seals to try to out it.
Right. Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
Unless you have like your own tactics or Imprim or something. And then for Synchros, Savage. Just a good card.
Yeah.
Almost every game.
Standard.
And
Yeah.
on this card, just really strong. You get to stop like a big blowout card, like evenly matched.
Yeah. It's super easy to make as well.
Yeah. Scarlet. This card obviously is the time card, but it's also just like a really strong effect.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if you go up against like Spright or something, and you chew through all their interaction, and they have a whole bunch of little guys on the board.
Yeah.
You just make this with your last tracer and then clear everything.
Yeah, it's probably not so good against tier, but
it's not as good against
yeah.
tier. It does come up sometimes to clear the board because they'll use their Volcalos, bring it back, and that's just kind of stuck on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent card.
Yeah.
Then Baron, barely make this card. You never want to make it going first. It's mostly just a way to push through boards.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll end on a Bystial and then you'll go quick launch in your draw phase and they'll be like, right, that's fine. They're probably going to like link it off for Striker Dragon, whatever. And you go main phase and you summon this as your first action.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a huge amount of pressure on them.
Yeah, very strong.
And then there's one last flex spot. I chose to play Wallow because play just a ton of Bystials, and against tier, it's just an insane amount of damage this can put out.
Yeah.
They'd end with like 20 cards in their graveyard, and
yeah, it's
go for game with like 3 monsters.
Yeah, it's a really good way to like get over some sort of towers that you maybe struggle to get out through if that comes up as well.
And if they ever mill like a tactics or something, you can make this going second with all your Bystial bodies and just push through anything.
Yeah, really cool. Right. Side deck quickly.
Yep. So side deck, I side the 3rd Druid Swarm and Serenir.
Yep.
Plus 3 Gamma and Driver. It's really good against tier and any rogue shenanigans.
Yeah.
Just anything that's going to stop the names from going off in the graveyard.
Are these the cards you normally side in for the tier matchup? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
2 more Cosmics.
Yep.
Just against the floodgates. Necro Valley completely kills this deck.
Okay.
You gotta kind of find a way to out it.
Yeah.
If they open it. And then Arc Ruler for Spright or any other strange combo decks.
Fluanderies as well.
Yeah, Wonder as well. And then the only going first card I side is triple Eradicator and then a Trap Trick to get into it.
Okay. You put out 2/5+ monsters really easy with the Bystial stuff, so makes sense.
One Bystial lets you trigger this, and a lot of times if you get like shifted by Flunder, you can use your Bystials, banish the shifter, and then eradicate them.
Okay.
They'll have like all the pot cards, their field spells, their board breakers, and
pretty strong.
Most of the time, unless they hard open like 2 names, then they can't play.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks for the deck list, Nolan. Any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to Mox and the whole locals, to Daniel winning, and Bernardo for judging today, and store owner Jamie for running such a good locals.
Yeah, well, brilliant. Thanks for the profile, Nolan. Have a good one.